Elsie Silver has outdone herself. I don't know how she keeps getting away with this, creating all these new unrealistic expectations for us, but it hits every single time. And I'm gonna eat it up every single time. I have been a Powerless stan since the minute I finished that book. I have not wavered that Powerless is my #1 book. I have not wavered that Jasper is my #1 book boyfriend. But I was lucky enough to get an arc of Wildside. And let me tell you, new favorite Elsie book, new favorite romance book, new favorite book boyfriend. I mean, I am just utterly obsessed with this book. So if this is where you wanna tap out, if this is the only review part you wanna see, there it is. I'm obsessed. I love it. It's a new favorite. I could not get enough of it. But now I'm just gonna sit here and ramble, spoiler free of course, about everything that I loved about this book. So Wildside is book 3 in Elsie Silver's Rose Hill series. You have book 1, Wild Love, book 2, Wild Eyes, and then book 3, Wildside, which comes out on March 4th. These can be read as standalones. They are interconnected, so if you read them in order, you kind of get glimpses of the couples in future books, but you don't have to read them in order. You can start wherever you want. So Wildside is a marriage of convenience, enemies to lovers romance book, and it follows Reese and Tabitha. Tabitha is a chef and Reese is a professional wrestler, but no one knows that. He keeps it a secret. And PSA, this is Elsie Silver's inspiration for Reese, so how do you not fall in love with him? And Tabitha's sister, Erica, has been struggling with substance abuse for a few years. And at the current moment, she's renting a house from Reese. So she's like his next door neighbor in a town outside of Rose Hill. So Reese kind of develops a bit of a friendship with Erica and he grows really close to Milo, her little boy. When tragedy strikes, Reese and Tabitha are brought together in a way that they never thought would happen, and their lives become interconnected forever. So they're both trying to focus on Milo, take care of him in the best way, get him through this hard time. Reese works down in Florida, so he has some problems with his visa in Canada. Enter the marriage of convenience. And none of that is a spoiler, that's literally the summary of the book. So Reese and Tabitha have to get married just for his visa purposes so that he does not get like banned from Canada and he can continue to be with Milo, be in his life, be part of raising him. But Reese and Tabitha don't really get along. Tabitha holds a lot of resentment towards Reese for things that she thinks happened and her sister ending up in the very tragic place that she did. So they definitely butt heads at first, but again, their focus is Milo. That's where they're trying to keep it. Now, this was Elsie Silver's most emotional book in my opinion. I think it really focused on a lot of heavier themes that we don't really see in some of her other books. Themes like grief, substance abuse, loss, etc. I think she did a great job with those storylines, in my opinion. I think that they were well written, well thought out, fleshed out, and they fit well into the story, and you could really see how they developed the characters within it. Tabitha is very strong-willed and sharp and snarky and sassy, but she's also very tender. Like, she's used to being the good sister, the perfect sister, and she's often using her snark and her sass to mask actually caring about something. She's very independent. She's used to standing on her own, doing things for herself on her own. Reese is broody. He's secretive. He doesn't share that much about him, but you know, that's our favorite type of man. I wouldn't say he's grumpy. He just comes across, you know, a bit gruff, but their dynamic together was so good. The banter and the wit was incredible because they can both give it just as much as they can take it. This was such a slow burn. I think it might have been Elsie's slowest burn, and I loved everything about it because the tension was so thick. It was jumping off of the pages, but also it was a slow burn that really built up gradually because Tabitha is really just this independent person who doesn't want anyone's help, but Reese is continuing to show up. He's just there. He's there for her. He's a pillar. And I loved it. It just built up so gradually, so well. Mixed with the tension was a lot of angst. Like, you just really wanted these people to come together, but they both had their own things going on. You just wanted to like shove them together, but it was such a slow build up. And it was just so worth it. And the thing I think I loved most about this story is just how real and passionate and raw these characters and their romance was. It was truly excellent. It was perfection. There was nothing bad I can say about this romance. Like, I believed in it. I felt it. I felt the hurt between them and the longing and the tension and the love. I felt everything between them. And that's my favorite type of romance book. If a romance book can make me feel all of those things, it's perfect in my opinion. Good writing to me is writing that can make me feel real emotions while reading words on a page. That is great writing in my opinion, and Elsie Silver delivered with this one. I think this book is really going to resonate with like the reckless, a photo finish, powerless stance. Reese and Tabby's story was just so captivating, the way they both started off so guarded and not really wanting to let the other in, and slowly and slowly and slowly they just got closer and closer, and you could just really see their feelings develop, the care for each other develop. Reese is such a great book boyfriend. Like, that man shows up for her, he cares about her, he's obsessed with her, obsessed with her. Milo was such a perfect little part of the story. Elsie Silver knows how to write a cute kid. We have seen that from her time and time again. This book just had a little bit of everything. There was emotion, there was depth, there was care, there was romance. We got glimpses of the sweet community that they've built in Rose Hill with the characters from the previous books. We got classic little humorous moments that we get from Elsie, little things thrown in there that truly made me laugh. Like, I just adored how Elsie was really able to combine the fun romance that she usually writes with a bit more depth in this one, more emotion, some like stronger feelings. It was perfection. This is easily my new favorite Elsie Silver book, which hurts to say because I have been a Powerless stan for so long. But there was just something magical in this one, to the point that I already pre-ordered the audiobook because I know I'm going to want to do a reread the day it comes out, and I need that in my ears. This book was everything to me. I'm obsessed with it, and thank you so much to Periwinkle PR for the advanced reading copy. All opinions are my own. If I don't like a book, I'll say that. I absolutely devoured this one though. I could not put it down. It was incredible, and I am just constantly thinking about Reese and Tabby. I love them so much. I love their story. I love Milo, and this book was just absolutely phenomenal.